podcast is here to uplift, encourage, and support all people to create and build a community surrounding their goals, discover new talents, and learn new life skills. And I can't wait to the day that I freaking master that. I am. I'm going to master it. I'm going to master it. Watch. Point blank, period. Welcome to SisHearMeOut the podcast. My name is Sterling. You can find me on all platforms at Sterling TV. Welcome to the show. Where we doing it and we doing it big, baby. Okay. Guys, so this is the setup. I'm learning my angles, okay? The last couple of episodes have definitely been really close up and like from right here up. And I'm super sorry about that. I'm definitely learning everything. So I have my camera set up a lot better. Let me know if you guys want me to move it closer or further. I'm trying to figure it out. But I appreciate you guys for watching. Okay, so this is gonna be part two. Part two of how did I not know I was pregnant for 9 months? I mean, literally insane. The craziest thing ever. Previously on Sis Hear Me Out. And so I'm pushing, but it felt like a whole different push. I was like, what's going on? And I push again and I hear one cry like a where. Well, I want to start off with I had him in the air toilet. Here we left off where I'm in the bathroom. The nurse came in and I'm like, hey, I had a whole baby. Um, After that, everything went slow motion, right? Because as you remember from the last episode, my boyfriend was in the waiting room. She went outside and she said, code blue. And code blue either means death or I think it means I think it's like one of the most serious things in the hospital to say. And so I think that he thought I was dying in the bathroom, which is crazy. Um, I can only imagine like if I was on his side, like how that I don't even know. But um they ran in there with a wheelchair. They got the baby out of the toilet and they cut the umbilical cord. And I'm just like looking like, what the is going on? What is going on? And you know what? I didn't even read my Jesus juice. It's Jesus time. 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 Okay. Okay. So, for the people who don't know, every podcast we will read out of this, the joy of the Lord is your strength thing. If you guys can see it, I'm sorry if you guys can't. We're kind of further this time. But I got this on TikTok and I thought it would be something that could help me incorporate my faith in like something that I'm interested in, like this podcast. I really want to share that part of me with everyone. I feel like I don't get to do it enough daily. So this is something that's a controlled environment for me. And if I can share it with you, I would love to. So it says, read me when you're feeling happy, thankful, angry, anxious, lonely, or sad. And lately, I've been feeling quite lonely. I've been feeling lonely, low key. And I'm not gonna lie, I got the IUD again. So I I don't know. I don't know if that's affecting me, but I feel like it is low key. I don't know. So we're gonna read from the Lily pile. It's the light blue one. You guys can't see it, but I will read it out for you guys. John 14:1. Do not let your hearts be troubled. You believe in God. Believe also in me. And this is Jesus talking. He's right. He's a miracle. He's a miracle. And if we believe in Jesus, I mean, there should be nothing that I should really be worried about because I could do anything in Jesus' name. And when I mean anything, I don't mean like anything, but like in Jesus' name, like, you know, there's no reason to fear. There's no reason to feel lonely because there was a friend here that walked this earth already, and he's with me every day, and he's watching me. He knows I don't need to feel lonely. Let me read another one. I want to read that passage a little bit more because I feel like there's more detail to that. Okay, this is Psalm 34:4. I sought the Lord, and he answered me and delivered me from all my fears. You have to reach for him. You have to reach for him, and you will never be lonely. He's our friend. He's our friend. Okay, so they took him out of the toilet, cut the umbilical cord. They brought the wheelchair in, sat me down. Then they wheeled me out. My boyfriend's sitting there. He's like, "What's going on?" I was like, because they're nothing. I that looked like a full term baby. I was with this guy for 3 months. I was with this guy for 3 months. That is a full term baby, or at least it looks like it. I was like, "What the is going on?" So we get into the room, and I immediately tell him, "Call my mom. I need you to call my mom now, like right now." And he was like, "Okay, okay." So he's calling my mom. The nurse lays me on the bed, and she immediately pushes on my stomach, just just immediately pushes on my stomach. And I'm like, "Girl," and I smacked the shit out of her. I'm not gonna lie, I smacked her like on the hand, like I smacked her hand away, and I was like, "What are you doing?" And she was like, "I have to deliver the placenta." I'm like, "What the is going on?" I didn't even know this. It's like birthing a second baby. Craziest thing ever, ever. And when I mean ever, I mean ever. My mom answers the phone. She's like, Tasha just had a baby. And mom's like, "Stop fucking kidding," because it's 3:30 in the morning. She has work the next day. She's like, "Stop playing. What's going on?" He was like, "She had a baby." And my mom thought he was joking. He was like, "Your mom thinks I'm like joking." I'm like, "Give me the phone." So I'm pushing out the placenta. While on the phone, I said, "Mom, it's true. I have a freaking kid. I don't know what's going on. You need to come to the hospital now." She comes to the hospital, and she's like, "Taji." I'm like, "What?" She's like, "Where is the IED?" I'm like, "I thought it was there. I thought it was there." She was like, "Now, how did you think that? You have a baby. Did you take it out?" I'm like, "Why would I take it out? What? There's no need for me to take it out." She was like, "You took it out, didn't you?" I was like, "No, I didn't. Like, I swear to you, I didn't. Like, I don't even, I didn't even have time, like, to take it out or even, I don't know. Like," and she was like, "You took it out. Yes, you did." And I was like, "I didn't." Because she was actually in the room with me when I got put in. So she was like, she was in disbelief. I mean, just like me. I'm like, "I have a whole kid. What?" So I haven't heard anything about the kid or anything. I didn't hear anything for hours. Mind you, in my last episode, I told you exactly what I did, during my pregnancy because I didn't know. And I was being a regular 21-year-old. So I'm thinking in my head, what if I have a baby? There has to be some challenges or complications that happened. And I need to know them because now I'm a mom. Like, I have to lock in. I said, "Hey, what happened to my baby?" It, I mean, it's, are they okay? Like, how are they? Talk to me. She said, "Your baby is full term, so 36 to 38 weeks is what we're thinking. And your baby is perfectly fine. Your baby is 21 inches, 6 pounds, 10 ounces. And I remember being like, thank you, God. And I just cried. And she was like, do you have a name? And I was like, actually, I do. And to tell you that story, me and somebody that I was super, super, super close with, we used to be down in her basement and we used to like rot. What is it? Couch rot? Just, we used to rot downstairs and watch movies on movies on movies and eat popcorn and eat pumpkin bread and just like literally just like live the life. One day we watched this movie called The Hate You Give. It's also a book. I think it was a book first. So go check it out. The youngest boy in the book, he's pretty significant to the story, and his name was Sakani, and it meant gift of joy. And I told my best friend, um, I had told my best friend, I said, hey, if I ever have a son, even though I didn't want kids, I said, if I ever have a son, I'm gonna name him Sakani. And she was like, really? And I was like, that's the name. Like, I just know it. Like, that's the name. And this was like maybe like 2, 3 years ago before I had him, which was in 2021. Um, she was like, do you have a name? And I was like, actually, I do. And she was like, what is it? I was like, it's Sakami. And she was like, wow, that's a beautiful name. And I was like, thank you. It means the gift of joy. That's his testimony. This is his testimony. I mean, by the book, there should be complications. By the book, there should be. I mean, guys, when I tell you, by the book, there's no way he should have been healthy. But that's how I know there's a God or there's something intervening because he was perfectly healthy, she said. I asked her, I said, when am I able to see him? And she said, you could see him in a little bit. We're still doing a couple tests. And I was like, okay. And I was like, well, also, I think you guys should test for the IUD because I don't know where it is. So they came in, looked all over, it was gone. They did a checkup on the baby, it was gone. Because I heard some stories after the fact that, the baby could be like holding it or it could be like in the baby. I don't know. Something crazy. It was gone. It was gone. So I was sitting there and I was with the boy friend and you could tell he was obviously like, should I just go? And like I said in the beginning, I did not want to be with that man. I knew I wasn't going to marry him. This was just something that was a temporary hold or a temporary fix. And I do not recommend that, guys. If you are looking at a dude for a temporary fix or a temporary dude, I 10 out of 10 do not recommend. Do not do that. Please don't do that. Literally find something else to do. Find something better to do. Start a podcast, okay? Go jump some rope. Start drawing, okay? Don't fulfill your time with a man, especially one that doesn't know how to drive, that doesn't know how to. God, I could just go on it. Yeah, that's gonna be my next episode. We're gonna talk about boys and how to spot a boy out and not a man. That's not a man. But yeah, so I just sat there and I cried and I told my friends and they were just all like, "What?" I was saying that my boyfriend at the time, you could tell he wanted to leave, but he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna stay," and I felt awkward because I didn't like want to kick him out, but like I was also like I don't know, it was really awkward because he kind of adapted to the role really quick. Like he started to say that like put his last name, and I was like no. um, but yeah, so basically called my friends. My friends were in disbelief. They were like, "There's no way. We just hung out like 2 weeks ago. You didn't even look pregnant. Like I don't understand like what happened. And so yeah, I'm just telling them everything. I'm like, this is what it is. This is what happened. And they're like, "T- I mean, I'm so sorry. Congratulations, but I'm so sorry like this sprung on you." And it was devastating to tell them. It really was. But it was also beautiful in a way. I don't know. It's a really hard feeling to describe. So anyway, they finally were like, okay, you can see him. So I was able to walk. I didn't need a wheelchair. So I got up and I walked. Also, I didn't say this, but there was no tears. There was no tears. My biggest fear when I was a little girl was to give birth because I've heard of all the tears, the this, the that, the stitches, the healing process, all of that. So I was terrified. And I always said that if I were to give birth, I want a water birth and I want it to be like in a sitting position because I did my research and my a lot of my friends were in biology and so I just wanted to like I just wanted to look up some things like in college specifically. So I decided in college early, I was like, hey, if I do get pregnant, I want this, I want that. And what the coincidence it was for me to have my child sitting on the toilet. Not necessarily a water birth, but you know what I mean? He fell in the water. And then here I am in a sitting position. Like, it's like I got all of my wishes. I just knew his name. It was really crazy. Like, I told myself, like, I never wanted to feel it. And I didn't feel it. I thought I was taking a shit. I thought I was taking a shit. So then I go in there and my boyfriend came with me. I wish that I never did that. I wish I never let him in there. I wish that it could have just been me. I think that would have helped my mental because him coming in there with me made me feel even more bad when I had to like break things off, because I kind of took his experience away when it came to, being a first time dad. Like, it wasn't his. They take us to the room and I look at him and I'm going to show a picture of what he looked like, but he looks so perfect. I lost for words even to this day because I was just like, wow, you know me more than I know you. I haven't even been able to sing to you, talk to you. You've been just sitting, chilling in my belly, in my backside. They said that he was like towards my back. That's why I didn't feel a lot of like kicks or anything like that. Or it's just, he was just a quiet one. And looked at him and I was just like, I love you so much. And I held him. And I started to notice that I definitely looked pregnant after I had him. I was like, oh my God. I don't know. Like, I feel like all the features came out after I had him. I don't know. I don't know if that's hormones. I don't know. But I don't know. He was just this perfect little baby. He was so beautiful. He is so beautiful. He was just so, I don't know. Like, it felt like when I looked at him, he was glowing. Like, he's for you. Like, here you go. Um, the postpartum was terrible the first 3 months. The first 3 months, I was like, I can't do this. I hate this. This is terrible. How do people have children? There's no way I would do this again. Hence, I have another child. But like, I just was like, this is the craziest thing ever. And how do people have 5 kids? My mom had 5 kids, and I applaud her every day because I'm like, there's no way. After the third month though, I just fell in love with him. I don't know. Like, it just felt like a switch. Like I just fell in love with him and I was just like, okay, let's do everything together. We traveled, we this we went shopping. Like, he went everywhere with me. Like, it was perfect. It was perfect. But before the 3 months, another situation happened with my boyfriend, so I had to drop him off to his daddy's house. Okay. where he was at and let him know not to come by no more. And yeah, so got rid of him. It was just me and Sakani in my first studio apartment, and we made it work. We made it work. After those 3 months of me having him, though, I met this dude, and I was already stressed, but things were looking up for me. After 3 months of Sakani, I met this guy, which is my next baby's father. I thought I was gonna marry the dude. He ended up being one of the most horrible people I've ever encountered in my existence. And that's a whole nother story in itself. But regardless of the fact, I'm grateful that he gave me JJ, and he taught me a lot about what I want in a relationship. He taught me a lot about self love. He taught me a lot about, I don't want to say he taught me, but I had to literally learn these things. I had to learn how to talk in heated moments and conversations in order for the other person to calm down. Definitely de escalation. I've learned a lot of de escalation techniques. It's just, I learned a lot in that relationship. So I don't want to say that I necessarily regret it. I do want to say that I learned a lot and that I'm grateful for the opportunity to expand my mind and expand my self love. So this dude, he ended up being terrible. I ended up having another kid. And I told myself, I said, if I meet my next man, I know 2 baby daddies is crazy. Oh my God. Okay. So I do want to say about Sakani's dad. He is an Oregon, and he's a Mexican dude that I just, was having a time of my life with. A situationship is what I said in my last episode. And we actually agreed that we didn't want any children, because I originally didn't want any children at all. And he was like, so I just like want to let you know that, if you have a kid. And I'm like, dude, I don't want one. So we're good on that, I promise. And I ended up having this kid. So I texted him and I was like, hey, I know that we had agreed on this, but I just wanted to let you know that you do have a seat out here. And don't I don't want you to stress or worry. I don't want to put you on child support. I don't want you to do any of this. I just wanted to let you know so you have the opportunity and the decision and the choice to get to know your child. If you don't, that's also fine with me. Like, yes, I'm going to feel bad for my baby that he doesn't have a dad, but at the end of the day, it was my fault. I laid down with this man that I knew as a friend. I don't know his family like that or anything like that. That was a total mistake on my part because I was being lustful. Um, and so I just let him know, like, hey, like, this is the situation. And he opened it and didn't say anything. And honestly, I'm so glad he didn't. I live in Washington and he lives in Oregon. I would have to drop my baby off to go visit him. Like, just so much work, And if he does want to get to know him or reach out to him, I have a picture and his name, and, he can end up finding him later. Other than that, that's really it from him, So, yeah. And I don't want child support. I don't want any of that because we had agreed. We agreed that we didn't want any children. And it just was something that happened that I didn't mind adapting to. And I wanted to give him the choice to do so because I didn't have that choice. You know, I fell in love with him. I couldn't give him up. When I look at him now, like, I'm so proud. And I sound a little stuffy because I just want to cry. I just want to cry how much I love that child. I love him. I love him, and I'm so grateful that things happened the way they did. I'm not encouraging anybody to just be out here wilding, but I'm definitely seeing the positive in the storm. that was meant to be a storm and meant to knock me off and meant to bring me down. But Sakani, you have a resilient mommy. You have a resilient mommy who loves you so much, son. If you ever do see this when you get older, I love you so very much. And I pray that you flourish in life and that my mistakes doesn't affect you in a horrible way. Mommy is so sorry for being lustful. I'm so sorry, son, for creating this broken home for you. But I want to let you know that I love you so much and I'll do anything for you. My perfect little angel literally woke up right when I was talking about him. So what a coincidence is that? If you remember anything, remember that God loves you and that Jesus is your friend. He is your only true friend. And mommy will always be there for you. Okay? My baby. I love you. Anyone who's listening, I'm so sorry. That part was specifically for Sakani. And I just want to say, any mom who's going through postpartum, I need you to breathe. I need you to just take it one day at a time. Breathe. Take it 1 second. If you need to sit your baby down and let them cry for a second and walk out of the room, you go do that. If you need to go buy yourself something pretty, go do that. If you need to take a shower, I mean, one thing a nurse said to me that always stuck with me is no baby has ever died from crying. And I was like, you're right. Yes, tend to your baby, of course. It's not for everybody who thinks that I'm saying don't tend to your baby. That is not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that if you need a break, use it. You're allowed to, especially if you don't have any help. You do what you can as a mother to make sure that your mental is good, because once your mental is good, you're able to then take care of your children. And that's why I'm doing this podcast, because I needed an outlet. And this is helping me cope with my single mother world that I'm living in, doing everything. As single moms, we handle everything. And if men are listening to this, we handle emotional support. Imagine you being little and you're like, you need your mommy and your daddy, but you only got your mommy. And your mommy's busy. Like, that emotional is very important. Financial. Oh my gosh, I have to pay for this 2 bedroom, 2 bathroom because I'm not sharing with boys. Sorry. Yes, it's a luxury for sure. But like doing that, getting them ready in the morning. I mean, if you have one bad day, I mean, and the boys are having a bad day, like it's just, or your kids having a bad, like literally just take a second and breathe. Breathe. Because we need that second sometimes. I'm proud of all of you guys. If you ever need to talk about anything and just talk and vent, please hit me up because I love to do that with you because it's difficult and people they see us as these super moms, but they're not realizing that we are emotional human beings and we're broken and we're sad and we need help, So if you ever want to talk and vent, about single mothership, did I just make up a word? Single motherhood or anything like that? Please, let's talk about it. Anybody, this is also for people who are going through their lonely season. Why do you feel lonely? Is it because you're missing Jesus in your life? Is it because you're missing hobbies? Is it because you're not working? Is it because you don't have a goal? Think about that before you jump into a relationship. If you are anything like me, you're gonna want to fill your time with lust and just stuff of that sort, boys, attention. And I'm not saying I am like that now, but when I am hormonal and in that way, that's what I want. And if you are like that, literally direct your attention somewhere else. because you're not going to find uh, validation, satisfaction, and long lasting soul. Uh, I don't want to say deliverance, but like spiritual healing in that. It's not going to work. It's not going to work at all. I'm here to tell you right here, right now, it's not going to work. So I'm going to need you to set a goal, get a journal, get a planner, do something like that, and distract yourself from what could be some of the worst days of your life. You know what I mean? Um, and I'd rather my life be ruined by me and not by somebody else. So if you feel lonely, really search for that reason why you feel lonely and try things out before you just jump into something. I know it sounds good and it sounds amazing, but I promise you, take care of you first before you jump into anything. I feel like that's the most important thing. Like, I wish that I never let him in there. Okay. Okay. We're gonna do that one more time. This is the intro. Point blank period. Welcome to Sis Hear Me Out. Point blank period. Welcome to Sis Hear Me Out the podcast. My name is Sterling. You can find me on all platforms at Sterling TV. Welcome to the show. But we're doing it and we're doing it big. Welcome to the show. Point blank period. Welcome to Sis Hear Me Out the podcast. My name is Sterling. You can find me on all platforms at Sterling TV. Welcome to the show. Where we doing it and we doing it big. Baby. Play like a little clip and then, come back to us.